Take note everyone, scammers in Singapore have upgraded their methods, and thanks to this story shared by a Singapore female doctor, GP, a story covered by Zhao Bao, you can see the full interview in Zhao Bao's page. So apparently, the scammer called the female doctor claiming to be from Citibank and specifically spoke in English and in a very distinctive Singaporean accent, which made the call seems totally legitimate. But the doctor doesn't bank with Citibank, which raised suspicion, but the scammer was able to provide the doctor's last 4 IC number, her identification card number, slowly increasing and regaining her trust back. And now, the scammer alleged with the doctor that there's 2 issues, potential identity theft and her involvement as a suspect in a money laundering investigation. Escalating the situation to be so urgent and serious, the scammer then instructed the doctor to set up an account within her own banking app using her credentials, making the process appear safe and legitimate. However, they then provided a specific account for transferring money, claiming it was to secure her funds. I know it sounds super sus at this point, right? However, the scammer used a video call with a shared screen displaying official-looking logos. You can see MAS at one side, you can see police tags at the other, which further convinced the doctor of their authenticity. And remember, they were speaking in a very Singaporean accent, okay? At this point, the scammer had access to her banking app because they were using screen share, viewing her account balances and personal information. And now, the scammer pressurized the doctor further by issuing a fake arrest warrant but offered an alternative. The doctor could avoid questioning by reporting her location every few hours. I know, right? Even more and more sus. Framing this issue as a matter of national security at this point, and the doctor was pressurized to keep the matter confidential, increasing her compliance due to fear and urgency. As you can imagine, by this time, the doctor has spent 2 hours talking to the scammer, and the scammer is slowly gaining the doctor's trust, in addition to increasing fear and urgency in the doctor to make sure that she is compliant. Okay? Thankfully, the scam was thwarted when a transfer of approximately 29,000 to 30,000 Singapore dollars failed due to the bank blocking it, and the doctor was locked out of a banking app, preventing further access. This technical failure actually saved the doctor. This technical error prompted her to question the situation as she could no longer log in. Take note everyone, your red flags and alarm bells shouldn't have to be so reliant on the banking app saving you. You should have known something was wrong way earlier. Anyway, this failed transfer alerted the ASC, the Anti-Scam Center, a specialized unit in SPF, Singapore Police Force. And a legitimate police officer actually contacted the doctor, and the doctor now is being like sus, like is this a real officer? So much so that this police lady had to send an official gov.sg SMS to the doctor and arrange a face-to-face meeting at Police Cantonment Complex. Thankfully, the doctor is safe, and the doctor felt immense gratitude for not losing any money, particularly as she was concerned about protecting her parents' saving. And she now emphasized the importance of awareness. Many people around us seem to think that, they are very smart and they are immune to scams, which is not so apparently, okay? Finally, the police also clarified that banks do not transfer calls directly to the police and no such service exists in Singapore, okay? And also, legitimate police will never ask individuals to transfer money between accounts or make impulsive decisions. Take care everyone, and stay safe and stay aware. Our next story is still in Singapore, where there is a group dubbed the One-Legged Gang, 3 members of them, all missing a left leg and all using PMAs, personal mobility aids, consisting of 3 uncles, once again missing their left legs, who are accused of dominating the prime spots outside the Kuan Yin Temple in Bugis. You know the one in Waterloo Street? Yes, that one. And this prime spot is particularly at the temple's exit. The gang leader supposedly is a tissue vendor who is reported to be very domineering and insulting other vendors and treating the area as his territory, discouraging others from selling nearby. Other vendors selling flowers or tissues appear fearful when discussing about this so-called gang leader and avoid confrontation by staying far from the trio. The group also allegedly works together. When a passerby gives money to one member, the other 2 will follow along to approach and ask for more money. And sightings in recent days noted the gang leader was seen selling tissues at the temple's exit, the busiest area, using a PMA, personal mobility aid. The other 2 one-legged uncles were positioned near the entrance also on PMAs, while other vendors kept their distance. And also, it was also observed through sightings that the gang leader was observed like so-called patrolling and interacting with the other 2 uncles. And now finally, reporters have approached and interviewed the so-called gang leader, who is identified as Mr. Lin, 65 years old, who has denied all allegations, stating that he focuses solely on selling tissues and does not interact with or drive away other vendors. He also claimed that the exit spot is his regular fixed location and denied occupying it aggressively. It's just a usual spot that he's always been there, so he always goes back to the same spot every day, okay? So maybe everyone should just chill. Mr. Lin seems friendly and approachable. You just have to slowly make him warm up to you. Let's go, it's our last story of the day, and everyone probably has seen this viral video. If you haven't, I'm going to show it once again as I'm speaking right here. It shows two men getting into a scuffle, getting off their car, one man wielding a sharp object, half naked, wearing only a sarong and a cap, while the other man, in a boxing stance. And as you can see, while they are about, it's like a friendly sparring or like a fight, but you can see the man in the sarong actually swinging his object twice at the man, and believe it or not, that actually struck the man. Show the pictures here of the bruised finger once again, and then somehow the man in the sarong decided to, maybe it's not worth the effort, so he started dancing around, doing a spin 360 and even bringing up his sharp object pointing to the sky. And now we have context on how this event actually unfolded. So apparently the Malay man rear-ended the Chinese man's car, and both cars stopped at the toll booth where the video finally played, as we all have seen. And then nearing at the end of the little dance, a man came out and told both of them to stop blocking traffic, and that was how the sparring incident ended. The Chinese men have since reported the incidents to the police, and the police have confirmed the incident happening on May 30th, 2025 at around 5:15 p.m. And the police are trying to identify the Malay man, and there are alleged reports saying that the Malay man actually parked his car at the side of the road after the incident and literally ditched, which means he ran and disappeared. There are also alleged reports coming out saying that the man's wife have come out claiming that he has mental problems, and if he were to be found, please contact his wife or the authorities. Take note everyone, stay safe if you are in such accident or incident and you have to come out of the car to discuss with the other party, but you see the other party brandishing or holding a big object, a sharp object, that is your red flag. Instantly keep your distance, go back to your vehicle where you are safe, okay?